And welcome, my dear friends. Welcome back to Trading with Binary Options with Morpheus. Today, we're going to continue to go for 100% profitable week. I think 4th of July, we didn't do so good, and there was a little dip. And 4th of July, man, that was what? That was 6 days ago, right? So it was on Friday. We didn't do so hot, but on Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and I'm pretty sure that today, all of you and I are going to be making money. Chats are open as usual. My boys Henry and Donald are in the house. What's up, guys? And Telegram channel is open as well for any kind of chats live right now, one-on-one. It's below, so once again, let's kind of start doing what we do best, and that is making money. Today, we're going to continue with technical analysis with an indicator that is kind of, well, I don't know, indicator that is basic enough, but it has very limited kind of application. ATR, average true range. Actually, let's go over to our, there we go, pocket option, great platform, gives you opportunity to test things in the demo account. There it is, right? So the chart's going to be identical, euro dollar OTC 1 minute candle. There it is. Just remember that there's this kind of peak, 2053 and 9 with the pipette and a retracement, right? So euro dollar OTC. There it is. It's in the demo account. You got 50K. You can top up your own, when you lose, essentially, you can top up yourself and test any of the things that we discuss. Also, you are able to participate in. There's only oh, okay, yeah, in the real account. Okay, so obviously we would go to the real. I kind of want to, point out, my dear friends, again, yeah, my internet is a little bit iffy, but point is that you are able to participate in tournament risk-free. It's free participation every single day. You can partake. One of the videos that we've had already touched based on how to win tournaments. If you, don't want to go through all of the videos, you can contact me in chat here right now live. We can actually kind of we can actually participate now together with ATR. There we go, confirming participations, and we're going to continue in here. Once again, this is a great freaking platform. Once again, wait a second. This is euro dollar OTC. If we go to Japanese candles, if we go to 1 minute candles, we also see again, right? 2053.9 is the top. There it is. Charts are identical. Charts are identical whether you're in the demo, whether you're in the real, whether you're in the tournament. The charts are identical for everybody in the world, which I love the fact that this means that there's absolutely no way any kind of funny business can be going on. So, having said that, today I don't know, maybe we see about going about winning maybe the tournament. Remember that I keep saying this often enough, and hopefully you guys are not bored of hearing this. But very, very important thing about trading in the money, it's actually proper money management, right? So when we when we discuss all of these things, we really do need to understand that majority of this revolves around you opening positions properly here, right? Right now, opening for $10 position, I would have three opportunities, right? Three positions to open, right? Let me actually go to my martingale. I got a little Excel sheet. If anybody wants this, I can actually send it to you as well. Once again, you got to reach out to me in Telegram channel. I'll send you, certain variables that you can change. And you know what? Let me show you this. Hold on. If you bear with me, anybody who's joining right now, I'm not selling you a trick. What we're trying to do is we're trying to. Wait, there we go. Not there. There. Alright, so what I'm trying to do is I'm trying to show you guys, right? So if I start with $10, even with a multiplier of 1.5, even though the usual standard multiplier is 2, we see that we would go from 10, 20, 60, 180, right? Or 1, 2, 6, 18. Essentially, with a $100 balance, that's not something that's realistic. Even if you bump this down to a lower multiplier, you still have three positions. And statistically speaking, can you get three signals wrong? Yeah. So that's why we don't want this to be a massive thing, right? So that's why we will keep it at 150, 375. That way I'll have actually 6 steps. There we go with the loss. 6 steps, $95 would be, 6 times I can open a position and, for it to be in the money. Now, here's the interesting thing. Once again, you don't really have to open 6 times, but because it's a free tournament, right? Because it's something that you get from the company every single day. This is beautiful. If you manage to win like 5, 10 tournaments with regards to $50 winning prizes, you're still looking at $250 to $500, which is, in my opinion, is freaking awesome. So, here's the thing. We have about, obviously we started late for this. This starts at GMT +2 time and about like 6, 7 hours back from now. But, what we're going to do is we're going to start with $1. And here's the beautiful thing. Because today's indicator is ATR, right? So let's see. We usually have, what do we have? We have MACD, we got parabolic right here, we got shaft. We could use CCI, we could use fractal 2. Where's is this? Yeah, there we go. What else do we usually use? Super trend maybe, but yeah, I guess we could put super trend. And yesterday we talked about ADX, right? So anyways, here's the thing. I mean, a crazy amount of information. And if anybody's looking into this stream right now, do not be scared. This is not as, I don't know, shocking as it seems to be. Actually, all of the information is actually quite basic, straightforward. And we've done individual videos with technical analysis for each one of these indicators. Yeah, so ADX, average directional index, has got this green and turquoise, or orange, actually, I'm sorry, it would be like yellow and turquoise line. This would be a positive and negative directional moving indexes. And the orange line right here, that's the ADX line. And the formula that calculates essentially states that anything that's higher than 20%, you got essentially a possible trending move, enough momentum. Right, and so if it goes up with the turquoise line, I usually, change it. Yesterday, I've kind of gone through this a little bit more clear. But just in case, there we go, we'll repeat it. So if it goes up with a line, as long as it's above, right now we got actually like a bearish trend, right? So it's bearish, downward dominance. We got the same thing right here. It started to, to sell with the MACD. We got a signal from shaft right here. Well, let's remove CCI, so that, some people might not be, too scared. At the same time, right here, we got parabolic, we got super trend started right here. Fractal is my lovely early signal kind of alarm, is showing us that, yes, there should be more red candles than green. And so far, we're continuing with that particular situation. So what we can do is we can set till the end of the minute. This is something that I do enjoy. There we go, and we can open the position for a lower, and essentially what's going to happen is we're going to enable timer. There we go. Okay, auto scroll. All right, there we go. So in 33 seconds, we're going to have an expiration, and euro-dollar OTC, we could be in the money. If we are going to lose, we're going to go to the next step, martingale, and we're going to open another position for the following minute. The problem, okay, wait a second. So we got all of this technical analysis, and here's the thing. ATR, average true range, implies the possible volatility, right? The possible volatility, that's it. So when if we remove all of these other indicators, All right, we lost. We opened another one for $1.50. This right here says that the candles are going to be small. When it's high, look at the candles, right? The candles are big when it's going upwards, right? So when it's, in this range right here, right, when it's above, right there, we see candles that are generally big bodied, right? Big, beautiful bodied candles. But when it goes down to something like this, we see that the volatility is super low and the candles are going to be kind of small. So we got kind of the same thing here. So what we're doing is we're opening position every single candle. Looks like I should be in the money with this one. As soon as you win, you go back to the first step. And there is a bit of a, not necessarily a problem with this. It's another way of kind of taking advantage of things that maybe is not something that you would be opposed to if you have a busy schedule. So as you can see, we got Euro Dollar. We're in the tournament right now, and the beautiful thing about this is that we also have AI button. Now, pocket option. I might, kind of realize that some of you would not have time to sit in front of a computer like I do for like a whole day, if desired. And you might be on the go, and the technical analysis is a little bit difficult to do on the phone. So the beautiful thing about it is, as long as you remember $1, 150, 170, or 375 as the first three steps, martingale, but maybe you can actually get that sheet that I can send you if you reach out to me through Telegram. One of the things that I will do to take care of anybody who might want to try this, put money in your pocket, risk free, right? You got free tournament participations every single day. And essentially, all you got to do is register into the tournament from a computer, and then you'll have it on your phone, right? So you can't register into a tournament from the phone. That's why you have to register from a computer. But afterwards, when you select between demo, real account, you'll also have an opportunity to activate a tournament on your phone. And all you got to do, by the way, I keep yakking, but did we win the last one? No, we didn't. All right, we lost the last one, so it's $1.50, and alright, yeah, I'm kind of in the next minute already. Yeah, there we go. We're going to continue to go down because of super trend, parabolic, and, let's actually put some, MACD, for example, and shaft. Well, we got some green bars over here, so I do expect that there could be a possible movement upwards. There we go. Alright, then that just happened, so we're going to continue. So where am I going with this, right, is that once you register from the computer, you have access to participate in the tournament on the go. And because it's difficult to do technical analysis, yes, you can put support and resistance lines with your finger, but the screen is small and the capabilities are a little bit limited. Right? So what you are able to do, and just like what we're going to try to do today, is you are able to use the AI. Right? So basically, we don't need any kind of other indicators, because essentially what we are going to do is just open positions with proper money management, and we're going to trust AI. We're going to do 6 steps. Though I don't feel comfortable doing that in the real account, because this is risk-free. We are going to do essentially 6 steps of martingale, which would put us at wiping out our entire balance. So can AI give us 6 false signals in a row? Yes, it can. But again, because this is a freaking best platform out there, we have free tournament participation on a daily basis, and you are able to essentially eke out a couple of dollars, couple of $100 on a monthly basis without risking anything. And that's the beautiful part about it. So you don't even need to invest your own money into it. All you got to do is just, apply what we discuss, get some money on a monthly basis into your account, and then at that point, you'll be able to maybe talk to me one-on-one through our Telegram channel, and we could build a plan for you specifically. or you can just watch the videos and get that all taken care of. All right, so what do we do? All right, so we lost one. There we go. But with the 1.5 multiplier, we would actually win only $1.38, which means dollars back, 38 cents in profit. Here we lost 2.50, but we won 3.45. So essentially almost a dollar. There we go, $1.33 in profit. So here we go. Let's start with our AI tournament marathon. The interesting part is that when we click on the button, right, there we go, I would open, maybe, there we go, hold on, let's actually make sure that we see Euro-dollar OTC, there we go. All right, and it was winning, right, so there we go, we open, because it opens for like 5-second positions, right, it opened it again, there we go, I lost, so I'm going to go to 1.5, and I'm going to open again. The interesting part is that because usually through our technical analysis, we open positions based on the end of the candle. And that means that, all right, we're losing this one, right? So 375. It means that in 10 minutes, we would open 10 positions. And that's not really a lot. You would need to stay in front of the computer for a while. But with AI, you are able to open from more position 370. Okay, now next one is 938. Wait, 938. Yeah. All right, and you would be able to open significantly more. So instead of 10 positions per, I lost again. Okay, wait a second. We might actually 2344. Next one. There we go. It's still, yeah, it keeps opening for a retrade for a downward movement, yet Euro-dollar OTC right now, pocket option clients are opening this still higher. All right, and but essentially we can go high or all in. And now it tells me that it's going to go down. You know what? This might actually be over significantly sooner than we are expecting. Yeah, so six steps in a row. There it is. It lost 6 steps in a row. We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Still, interestingly, kind of a point. Tomorrow, you guys will be able to do the same. And we're probably going to do this again tomorrow because I want to get across to all of you that on this platform with the demo account, with the demo account or tournaments, this is something that you're able to partake in. All right, so again, let's hear me out on this. Nobody is asking you to deposit your own money. All right, and so there are ways to put money into your account without risking anything of your own. Right, so register in Pocket Option, link is below. You make like a trivial deposit, and chats and tournaments become available to you. You don't have to trade with what you deposit. Just when you make a first deposit, you get access to tournaments. When that happens, you're able to do this on the go. You're actually able to just, kind of maybe lower the multiplier. We could actually lower it to the point where we get 7 steps as the first step martingale, or 7 steps martingale before you. Yeah, if you use the multiplier of like 1.2, you are able to eke out another step in martingale. And as I mentioned, every time you increase, I kept mentioning, I said that in the previous videos, if you increase your balance to $110, your first position becomes now not $1, which is the minimum, but $1.10, and you'll still fit that 7 positions. So something worth keeping an eye. Maybe tomorrow we're going to adjust it a little bit more so we get 7 steps. The probability, which everything revolves around this, the probability is significantly less that you're going to get 7 false signals in a row. Whether you're doing technical analysis by yourself with the end of 1 minute candle, or you're trusting AI. And so yeah, there's the demo account, and there is no AI on the demo account. There is though on the tournament, so you can see what it's all about, and there is on the real account. Okay, so again, chats are open. I'm kind of hoping that you guys will, maybe ask some questions right now if there's any kind of thoughts about binary, about side income, whether it's with Forex or with, this instrument, binary options. or I don't know, stocks. You know, if you guys been doing any kind of investing, you know, how do you get money to work for you? All right. So this is something that I'm kind of hoping that you will discuss with me. But meantime, let's go to our technical analysis, and we're going to add today the ATR so you guys can see. I usually like winning when there is big candles, right? When there are not just, you know, like a tiny by a pip or two. So you might want to wait until this, you know, rises to a point where you understand that there should be big candles. But across everything else that we're looking at right now, let's actually maybe remove some of these. There we go. We got the MACD. It's kind of like a trending indicator. We got a possible crossing right now. See, we got a bunch of green bars. They're getting smaller. They're getting closer to the zero line. We got MACD at the bottom. We actually, you know, I do believe we're going to be going upwards in a bit. That's why let's take advantage of this. All right, there we go. We got parabolic that just switched. We got volatility that sharply dropped. So the next candle, even if it's going to be green, it's going to be small green. That's why this is actually one of the things that ATR could give you a boost with. So when there is a buy signal and we understand that it's still rising, in volatility, you know, we see that the candles should be bigger. All right, and there we go. We got the signal line and MACD line crossing. We got the zero line histogram on the next candle should be breaching. And that also means that for the next minute, we're also buying. All right. So the volatility seems to be rising, and I'm going to open a position in 3, 2, 1 again. There we go. We got a fractal saying buy. We got crossing of the MACD and signal line. We got the first green candle on the green bar across the zero line. Shaft is saying buy. So everything says buy, except that we understand the volatility isn't very, you know, isn't hot. And GBP JPY, right? The most volatile currency against the least volatile currency, though at this moment it doesn't matter because we're in the OTC, and this movement up and down is done by our clients, pocket option clients right now, not the real market. All right, so usually I don't want to do something like this. There we go. But I felt that, yeah, it's still going to be going upwards, though there is a bit of a retracement. And, yeah, that's why you don't want to open positions earlier, because, you know, this is exactly what can happen. All right, so let me change my martingale to start with $2. Then we got 1.5. We got 375. Next one's 1875. All right. So 1875. Does anybody ever, you know, if anybody's watching right now, kind of like clicking through this live, we're doing technical analysis, we're doing trading based on signals. We got this kind of weird thing happening where there was a bullish kind of dominant potential, but it seems like it's reversing. There we go, parabolic went down, and at this time we could essentially go down as well. The sideways movement, actually, we're not really seeing any kind of direction. It's kind of very, very pitiful, very weak. I'm actually thinking that maybe looking at something else with regards to Euro JPY. There we go. We got a bearish signal right here. And let's go for the next minute and open a sell. We're going to take a look at other ones here. We got a bullish one right here. Remember, we love our support and resistance levels. There we go. All right, and so we kind of have this almost like a ascending well, not really, not ascending triangle, but we do have a potential. There we go. We got a ascending triangle would be is when there's a climb, there's a lower drop, and then there's a slightly lower drop, and there's slightly lower drop, and breaking out. So we're looking still, all right, at others. So right here we got a bearish potential. Alright, there we go. And while it's below this line, it should be below this line. Alright, what do we got here? Still, actually, you know what, GBP, JPY, not really interesting to me for now. We got a sell. Alright, wait, what did we do? Ooh, wait a second. How did it go to this? 1875. Alright, I screwed up somewhere here. Alright, screwed up somewhere here because it shouldn't have been a, you know, kind of like a ridiculous thing. 16. Ah, I opened for $2, then for 3 in 1. Alright, and in one position 750. So I'm not really sure how GBP JPY 1875. I thought I opened it. Alright, that's okay. You know what? Let's take a little bit more aggressive stand today. Alright, so let's draw. Alright, so it is 92%, yeah? Alright, let's draw this out. Let's see what we got. Alright, so we got a resistance level. Alright, do we have something like a channel here? Kind of like a downward thing? Up, down, sideways, up, down, a bit sideways. Alright, so ATR shows a little bit, you know, like a decline in volatility. Alright, so we got shaft, we got a little crossing, but we still got green bars. Okay, so this is something that's worth our attention. Okay, we got a sell signal here, and let's go with a $10 as a first step. We got a sell signal, but we got this kind of like sideways thing going here, right? So we need the asset to go down a little bit lower. We got 1, we got 2. If the third point contact wouldn't be really the best thing if it breached right now, but we are doing a little bit more aggressive trading today because I goofed up a little bit while I'm yakking. And I keep saying, my wife always says I can't, you know, walk and talk at the same time. I'll be tripping over something. Alright, there we go. Also not really clear as to direction, so I'm not sure that I'm going to trade AUD and ZD at the moment. Volatility is low. We got a buy signal here. It's kind of going up, but I wouldn't say that anything drastic is going to be happening at the moment. Alright, euro dollar. Alright, so AUD and ZD. I don't know. It's because of this. When it's going like this flat, it's not really something that's exciting. Same thing here. The same thing is happening here. Euro GBP. There is a break. There was a crossing. There was a sell. Let's take a position. Let's take a sell here. All right. Euro JPY. Still no volatility. See, no volatility. It's super low. So the following, but we do have the increase, right? So there is that crossing of the 0 line, and there is a bit of separation between MACD and signal line. All right, let's go back over here. And next step, so we're going to do a bit more aggressive, as I mentioned, to make up the goof that I've done. We're going to take the first step, and we're also our first step is a $10. And multiplier, we're going to do a 2. Alright, so, you know, sometimes you got to put on your big boy pants and follow through. Alright, so because the volatility is kind of on a level, it's not really going, you know, upwards, and I would say that it's still something, still a bit on the low side. There we go. So because it broke on the third point, we got a 1-point contact, we got a 2-point contact. I don't know, I really wouldn't want to stretch it across, kind of like say, oh, wait, you know, it's from here. Usually if you're going to put it across the body, keep it across the body. So using one wick, and then the body is not really a good thing. So I would say that this is not really a strong momentum, right? We could actually put something like ADX over here. We see that it's barely right there around 20. Not something that I, once again, would feel comfortable pursuing further. I think that it's going to go down maybe just a bit more, around to this level right here, the previous level of support. If we put horizontal, so there might be a few pips before it starts to go back up. So let's hunt down for a good signal. All right, so right now we got higher than 20%. The volatility with the ATR is super low. All right, so I'm not really feeling it. Once again, if it's going to continue, if it's going to reverse, if it goes down a little bit more, we could say something like 1, 2, and also I think I'm stretching the truth a little bit here. Maybe it would be something more attuned to this, but we'll see. So with here, it's still not clear. We still got bearish momentum, kind of dominance, but for how long we don't really know. Air volatility is low. Candles will be small. All right, volatility is somewhere in the middle. All right, and it's been going down. I like this. Means that in a couple of minutes there could be a reversal. We could see the green bar and a particularly, perhaps not super long, but a decent uptrend. All right, so we got a crossing over here for a buy. I would say that that's kind of like lackluster because we got ADX, everything's pointing downward. It's around 20%. So there's not really a lot of, I would say, interest in this. Euro dollar, okay, you know what? And yeah, I think I'm gonna maybe remove this because it's been going kind of iffy for a while, right? Since 1620. These bars right here, they're super small. Volatility is low. We don't really have a trend. I'm thinking that I'm actually going to take away AUD NZD. Alright, so let's keep an eye out what we got here. Not really a lot. Euro GBP. Alright, so as I keep mentioning, right, so it should be going down. The volatility is low. There is a bit of interest, right? There is a bit of, we could kind of stylize this a little bit differently again so it's more clear. There we go. So still bearish dominant. Volatility is dirt low. And it looks like it's going to be sawing this a little bit, and which usually means it's either going to go back up aggressive or there's the green bar, possibly. See, there we go. It's changing based on what kind of purchasing and selling is being done on pocket option right now with Euro GBP. So let's go back to $10 so that I don't do anything goofy. And let's make sure that we're ready with the next. So in 17 seconds and 15 seconds from now, there's going to be another candle, and as I mentioned, this particular trend, I said that it's going to have tough time breaking, so it did breach for 2 minutes, but now we're looking at this as a possible level where it's going to bounce off of. So, and again, what really I don't like is the fact that the candles should be, going to be kind of small, even if it's going to happen. So there it is. It is approaching this level. And now we need to see if it's going to be continuing to go down. Chances are it's going to go down to somewhere here, right? Another level where this was a resistance. So this was a level of support. It's testing this right now. If it's going to breach, it's going to continue to go down. But I got, a 22% kind of from the ADX, which doesn't, once again, doesn't tell me that it's going to be something, staggering right now. So we're still waiting with regards to Euro GBP. All right, what do we got here? We got a rise. We got a rise. Volatility is low, and we got a rise with ADX and a negative directional moving index. But again, I would say that, yeah, this one's lackluster. Let's see if we can, pop out a few other ones. There we go. See if we can get some better signaling. All right, better signals. All right, so Euro CH. Okay, we just missed it. We just missed it, and the volatility is dropping, right? So there was a sell right here, but we got mixed signals. Fractal says up, parabolic says down, MACD says down, SHAP says down, but the volatility is dropping, and ADX is dropping as well. So, and the asset is going sideways. I would wait off on this for a little bit. Alright, we had a buy signal right here. Also, kind of volatility is rising, right? It rose a little bit, so there were a few, kind of interest in this asset. We got a support level. Alright, chats are still empty. Alright, there we go. We got a support level that we're, kind of excited about, because sooner than later it's going to reach, either this point right here or this point right here. Previous levels of resistance. If it's going to continue to go up, this, 184,252 is the highest that it's been. So also an interesting one. Also, we got, there we go, a good one. A good support level with regards to AUD USD. Alright, so it looks like it's rising. Right, we got 30, very strong trend. I might actually take advantage of that. There we go. Let's open it for a tap upwards. It looks okay. So we got a buy signal here. We got parabolic that just switched under. We got very high above the signal line, and the MACD line are really high above this. So above the histogram, that's also a signal in itself. Alright, we made it by the skin of our teeth, really, but we've made it. Alright, and I don't know if I want to, once again, it seems like we've got this positive trend, but 4 candles in a row, statistically speaking, we really wouldn't even count this, but we got like 1, 2, 3, 4 before going down. Retracement, volatility is dropping. Let's stick with let's hold off a little bit. Alright, so we got a rise still in, alright, so we actually got a decent situation forming here. Alright, so support maybe not something that we really need to worry about, but we got a couple of levels of resistance. So we got a green bar, right? The volatility is still, low, and it seems like it should be going down a bit longer. But it can't go down forever, and that's why we're going to be looking at 74.13, right? 170. Alright, so we still don't we still have that lower part here. Alright, so it could go down actually further, so we need to just wait off on this. There we go. We could see a possible reversal now, right? It's been going down for a while. We got fractal that says up, but we got a green candle right now. So let's take a look. The volatility is a little bit on the low side. It's something that I'm not very excited about. Even if it's going to be a green candle, it might be very small. Alright, so let's hold off on that. CAD CHF. Alright, CAD CHF. There we go. Also, it's got an upward movement potential. Alright, we had a buy signal here, but as you can see, a bit lackluster. See, red is still up here, and volatility is low. I don't know. I don't like this one. We're gonna remove this. Euro OTC still going up, but we got red bars. We got volatility dropping again. Not really exciting. So let's go back to Euro. All right. Okay. Buy signal is possible right now. Yeah, buy signal is possible right now. But let's wait just a little bit. I want to put this support level here. Let's see. There's actually going to be several. There's going to be one right here. And one a little bit more aggressive like this. There we go. So we got 1, we got 2, we got 3. And it seems like it should be going up. It seems like it should be going up. Although a couple of red bars. So see right now, fractal says down, so we could have 1, 2, 3, and a possible breakout right now. So we need to wait just a bit. And usually fractal for me is kind of like an early signal to expect what it says, that it should be going down. Alright, so if it breaks through in the next 36 seconds, we could possibly see this. And what do we got here? 1, 2, 3, 4-point contact. If it's going to close the next 20 seconds and continue to go up, it would be actually quite interesting. It would actually make this a very good level of support. All right, here it's still going up. There we go. See, we got ADX going on. It's really actually interesting kind of situation here. Also 1, 2, 3, and a possible breakout. So these three, if it's going to break down, where's it going to go? It's going to go down possibly to this level first, and then actually would be to this support level. So again, another minute that we would need to wait, another 40 some odd seconds. Alright, still nobody in chat. Alright, what do we got here? Alright, so rise in volatility. I like this. And a possible breakout. Alright, ADX and negative directional moving index should be alright. So in 20 seconds we could see confirmation that it should be going down lower. Alright. 6, 5, 4. Okay, so there we go. We got a sell signal here. Seems like it should be, but something's stopping me. Alright, there we go. Next candle. Will there be a signal? Alright, we got a sell signal here. We've got a sell signal across the board, but this is not something that I'm feeling. Alright, you know what? Once again, let's open the position. Alright, and here we're also a little bit soon, but we could also buy another position here. Because I opened the $10 here, that doesn't seem like it's going down. Seems like it's retracing a bit. Let's stick with this here for now. Hopping between assets is a good idea to pick the better time, but I also think that you need to be sticking in your own play. There we go. We got a sell signal here. And alright, let's open it for 10. Alright, so what we got? Okay, so there we seems like once again seems like it's reversing. Alright, 2860. Let's go to 60 for the following minute. I'm still going to be selling. Seems like skin of the teeth, though the volatility should be, a little bit higher, and it should be going down a little bigger. But it seems like it's sawing at this level. Okay. We got a buy signal from Fractal. Should wait a little bit. Alright, what do we have here? CHFJPY. Did we get that one? Yeah, we did get CHFJPY. Alright, so we're hanging here and it still says sell. Volatility is dropping. Not the ideal situation, but we do have ADX kind of taking the slight dive. It's below 60. I'm sorry, below 20%. See, we got the negative directional movement index rising. And I would need to go for a very aggressive position. 180. Alright. So let's wait up a little bit here. I think I'm going to open it here after we get a few confirmation. Alright, so we got a buy signal from Fractal. We got our first green bar. Volatility here is still at 30. Not volatility, I'm sorry, momentum, right? ADX kind of shows the possible momentum. There we go, we do have a sell signal here, but the volatility is dropping low again. Alright, I'm gonna take it. I'm gonna take it with you guys. Alright, going back to Euro CHF. Alright, what do we got? We got the first green bar. What I'm actually looking for is a shaft showing that this kind of negative trend, right, we had a sell signal here. So we actually have kind of like this interesting thing. It went down, right? So there we go. Shop said sell at like this candle. We got parabolic. It started to go down, but then it went sideways and actually went up. And it continues. There's almost like a divergence here. And I think we get it into my, yeah. All right. So we're a bit more, we're taking more aggressive positions. So 10, we won on this one, we lost, and then we won. So actually we lost 90, but we won 165, right? So $75 ahead. And in this case, it's like $85 ahead. So if we take in all of the previous losses, we're still in the course of an hour, or actually not even an hour, about 45 minutes, probably less because the AI did us dirty with the tournament. But we're in profit now. So going back again to $10. And we're still kind of trying to see and find, I keep yapping, I should have sold it right here as well, right? I still think that selling is a good idea, though the volatility is dropping. It's something that makes me a little bit hesitant. Even if we win, it's going to be by like a pip. It's not even going to be by a big margin at the moment. All right, so let's maybe find an asset. Okay, there we go. This is something that I'm digging right now. Even though MACD is showing this kind of like a flat, barely above, below the zero lines, we got the super low volatility from the ATR. We got a positive trend. It's been going up for a while, see, with the ADX, but once again, this is not something that can last forever. And when we take a look at higher time intervals, we get a chance to see maybe where is the previous high and the previous low. If it's got, let's go for 10 minutes even. Right, so this is pretty much, right, the previous high was 6720. Right now, it's at 6714. So 6 pips away from the highest high that it's been, for a very long time. My goodness, right? So the highest point, again, right, so right here, it keeps shifting right there. You can't even see the last time it's been so high. So 6720, and it's approaching this point where, once again, from 10-minute perspective, it actually says that it should be going up still. It's been, it's above 28, so there we go. It is going up. The volatility is a bit on the slow side. So again, generally upward trend, but I would think that within the next 10 minutes, it's going to peter out. It shouldn't have any more steam because, once again, I understand that pocket option clients are setting this trend, but once again, within that 10 minutes, it should go down first before going back up. Not really digging this, right? The touch that kind of went up. Usually, the clear right there going above, below, above. It stayed up here. Had a, very kind of a short turn, like a little burst. But this is what we want. We want kind of this kind of like upward movement beyond. But then it's not going beyond. It came, touched, came outside of the range between these two lines again, came out and immediately went back down. Well, it's already here. So it could be, the breakout could be right now. That's something that could last a while, but with a 10-minute expiration, we still get an idea that it's still bullish dominant. So we got to be careful. Trend is your friend, and we want to kind of stick to it. All right, so Euro CHF. No. That also is kind of getting me a little bit disheartened. All right, the volatility is on the low side, so candles right here, the size right here is still something that we would be able to expect here. We got an early signal for a buy. We got 3 green bars. We got a, MACD line, rounding out. And there does seem to be an upward inclination for ADX. Alright, so I would hope, there we go. Alright, so we could load up on the following trade, right? So 30 seconds around, we can actually start right now. Alright, so I do believe that it should be bullish dominant. We got 3 green bars, we got SHAP that's been here for a while. It's been going down for a bit as well. And I do believe that in the next 12 seconds, parabolic is going to switch to the bottom. We got volatility rising, right? So all of this kind of still points to a good bullish potential. All right, so let's continue. But again, right now, pocket option clients and Euro CHF would start selling like crazy for whatever reason. If there's lots of them, right? If there's, the volume of clients would be going up, then yeah, it still could bring it down lower. So again, volatility is driving. See, it's much more preferable to see, MACD kind of going these big bars going up and down, crossing the zero line with signal line and the ADX line also kind of pitching in. So when it goes a lot like this, not ideal situation, basically. All right, volatility is on the low side, so even if we win, we're going to win like by the skin of our teeth, I think. There we go. And still going for a buy. Still believe it should be going higher. The volatility keeps dropping, so I think I'm going to wait a little bit on this one. If I lose or win, not really certain. All right, we got a sell signal here. See, we got a sell signal here. We got early, right? We got this. So there was a sell signal from Shaft. There was sell signal from MACD, but the volatility is dropping like crazy. There's not really a lot of interest in this right now. So we need to maybe take a look again. ADCNY. Could there be a bit more volatility? Not a whole lot. Not a whole lot. All right, what do we got here? We got still is staying. Once again, still we think that it should be going up. It should be green candle, more green than red. But the volatility is super low. Not really going to do this for a while. All right, AUD USD. There seems like a breakout, but what makes me think that if we take a look at a larger time interval, it's a larger time interval as well. It says that it should be going down. With regards to MACD, SHAF has been up here for a while, so it should be rounding out soon. Though the ADX is at 37, 37 with the positive directional moving index. So there's a bit of mixed signals, and the volatility is a little bit on the low side. So we still got a sell potential, right, with a 3-minute. With 1 minute, it's seems like it should be pulling back up a little bit before maybe continuing. There we go. See, we got 2 green bars. We got signal ADX. Yeah, there we go. Let's open for a position upwards. All right, for $10. There we go. All right, so you kind of went up a little bit, very fast, though volatility still is dropping here. We got rounding out of ADX with the signal line. We got 3 green bars. So we took a position a bit sooner than we should have, but again, we don't really have a lot of time. Yeah, we got like another 5-10 minutes worth of trading. So as I mentioned, we're kind of doing this a little bit more aggressive, big boy pants trading. Because I goofed up a little bit in the beginning and certainly didn't want to let you guys down. So let's see what's happening here in the next 10 seconds. Seems like there should be a green candle, but there is a bit of indecisiveness. All right, so we got a shaft rounding out. We got ADX climbing. All right, let's there we go. So I still believe it should be bullish dominant. We're going to take another even position a bit higher. For a higher movement. All right, let's see what we got with ADCNY. Well, wouldn't say anything spectacular. ADX is at 15%. Volatility is low. We got mixed signals. It should be going up. We got a 2-point contact support level right here. And I think that we would need to wait maybe another 10-15 minutes before there should be a signal here. Shaft might reverse and kind of pull it back down a little bit, or rather it will pull back down and shaft will reverse. Here we still got, alright, we got a red bar, we got shaft rounding out, not, okay, back out, straightening out, so maybe we are going to wait on the next position. Alright, we got fractal saying down. Volatility is almost at an all-time low. Alright, let's draw a few more lines. I think I'm not gonna take a position just yet. We could have kind of like a 1, 2, 3 point contact, and we could stretch the truth a little bit here, but we could also have another one like this, right, in the recent past. So boom, 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 it's in the middle, so we would need to wait a little bit. Following, alright, 9 seconds. Alright, for $60. So there we go. It does seem like exactly what I said it should do. It's going to pull it back down a little bit and then maybe continue upwards still. Alright, nobody's still with chats. I mean, come on, guys. Any kind of questions, comments, concerns about, this. Kind of want to know what's on your mind when you think about investing, or when you think about, how you want to live, how you want to retire. Right? What kind of opportunities are there where you live? What's the hardest form of currency, right? What's the best thing to have for when you plan for the future, when you're in India, for example, or in America, right? Donald, I believe, is from Texas, right? So we talk about this, quite often. But, share with me, maybe what kind of things you prefer to invest into. Alright, there we go. Wait a second. Okay, so there we go. We got a possible sell. Alright, we got a climb, though it's not going to be, there it is. Alright, though it's not going to be a long one. Alright, though it's not going to be a long one, because look, the volatility is on a decline. We got a sell signal. We got a sell signal across the board. But the volatility is with not the volatility, the momentum of the ADX, average directional index, is at a low point. So I'm still going to open a bigger position still for a sell for the next minute as well, because of everything else lines up that there should be a red candle coming up. All right, and on this we're probably going to finish on this particular on this position we're going to finish for the day. Going to the next, and usually something that I never do, we're going to go with a big position. So nope, this one's 2. Alright, and this one is 405. So signals to sell is across the board, though once again we can't really always guarantee. This is why I always say probabilities. My balance allows me to take this kind of risk. Doesn't allow to everybody. That's why, right now, once again, volatility should be, see, we want it, but, kind of don't really feel like we've done a good, position. But because we're kind of limited to this 1 hour worth of trading with you guys, this is something that, I'm forced to do. When you trade by yourself, we could actually take a look at a slightly different approach. All right, my dear friends, today we're going to cut it, well, not cut it short, but cut it off right now. Well, how did we do? For today, I can tell you, today we did this. We actually had horrible win rate. We had a horrible win rate, actually, right? We had 18 trades. Majority of them were... Now, hold on a second. Why is it our profitability is so low? It's like 40 bucks. All right, minimum trade is $2. Actually, you know what? It doesn't update. So we actually did better. Right? If I'm going to be yakking with you guys for a little bit longer, the system is going to update this. I'm going to be able to say, yeah, there we go. All right, so, nope, 1 second for today. Nope, for today it still didn't update. All right, my dear friends, I'm going to post the results of our 1 hour worth of trading during technical analysis. Today we took a look at ATR. ATR is a good indicator to give yourself an idea if there's going to be a big candle or small candle. All right, so when we hunt down for our ideal currency pair, we do want to see ATR on top. We want to see MACD creating these plumes, big, movements, with big bars, lots of interest, lots of volatility. Maybe Thursday, maybe towards the evening. Right now, maybe there's not a lot. But this is still something that I get a kick out of. We're still able to, within 1 hour, make, like, even if it's 40 bucks, it's still freaking amazing, right? Because, if you trade for 2-3 hours, right, you just made 100 and some odd dollars, per, as a side income. It's fantastic. At the end of the month, it's still going to be something massive. All right, and with regards, tomorrow we're going to try again. We're going to take advantage of Canadian employment statistic towards the end of our stream, because we're going to start it at 2:30 GMT plus 3 time tomorrow. And we're going to also do a bit of technical trading before that, but we're going to take advantage of the fundamental analysis. The result for today's trading I'm going to put into our Telegram channel as soon as it's updated, because right now the few end trades are not calculated yet. It's not updated. But once it is, I'm going to show you the statistic right now. We have absolutely atrocious statistic for the day. It's 39% win rate. 39% win rate, but we're still $40 without the updated information. We're still $40 in profit. And it's still good. Remember, I keep telling you guys that it's not about 80-90% success rate. You can't guarantee that. You can't really do that unless luck is on your side. So if you reach this point at some point, it's not really... There we go. All right, so it was updated, but I don't think that it's fully. All right, so we got 40%. The success rate and trading profit is $144.54. So I'm going to go pick up my kid from kindergarten. I'm going to put a screenshot of this in our Telegram channel where you are able to take a look. Pocket option link is below. This is not pre-recorded. You can take a look at the video. You can take a look by opening the platform, and you'll see the same graph. You'll see identical graph. Tournaments are available free, risk-free. Every single day you're able to put money in your account without risking anything, even on the go, without knowing any kind of technical analysis. And if you reach out to me specifically in Telegram channel, I will send you the sheets, Excel sheets with the formula, where you plug in your first position and it calculates what else you need to put in as a second, third, fourth, fifth, and so on. So, my dear friends, I'll see you tomorrow at 2:30. Later.